So, thanks for playing. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flurf dreams.
Hey folks, how's it going? Curious UK here. So this is a video that was sent to me by Gene Techman again. Yeah, he's still raging out and getting cooked in my comments. And this is his friend of his had done this, Angels of Light. You remember Angels of Light from the video put up a while ago in which he was getting absolutely eviscerated by Oakley, who wasn't impressed that he had been on some sort of podcast with David Weiss. And so Angels has now garnered the name of Angels of Weiss or Angels of Lies. I like Angels of Lies because he does it quite a bit. So this is one of his latest videos he's put up in which he thinks that his P900 with a pink filter on it is somehow debunked the globe. Let's have a look and break it down, and we'll show you how he's actually ended up proving the globe with a few observations he's done here. Let's have a look.
Signs. Then I walk all the way across to my destination, showing exactly where I am on Google Earth as well, with the tree that's fallen over, which is that one there. And then I stop at this little trail here in between the shrubs, and then I measure my height above sea level, which is 3 meters is what it's telling me, and I'm about 6 foot tall. I then measure from there all the way across to what I'm looking at, all the way across the water, and that's about 33 kilometers.
Right, so far so good. I looked at everything, and everything you said there I can confirm. Yeah, for the altitude where you're standing on, plus I say he's at 6 foot, so we'll say that's going to be about 5 meters then to his camera. 33 kilometers is about right for the distance to where it kind of jetties out a bit, the land, and looking across. Now there is something a bit further away, but we'll get to that in a bit here. But yeah, so far I there's not a problem. But here's where it starts to fall apart.
I pan left and right just to show exactly what I can see, and I'm seeing the whole thing. I'm seeing all the way across the water, 33.19 kilometers, with a max elevation height according to Google Earth of 4.33 meters.
Now, did you see that? Don't worry, we'll go back to that in a bit, because well, that's my favorite part of this video. So yeah, we'll continue on, and we'll address that in a minute. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If not, don't worry, we'll go back to that in a minute.
Then I plug that into the Earth Cove calculator, adding 6 foot for my camera height, above sea level, 33.1 kilometers, should have 46 meters missing.
Now, one thing you might notice here, is when I looked into this, what do you see there? Well, I see a lot of trees and skyline. What I don't see is any beach or marinas or buildings, because there's a lot of houses and stuff that are actually just across that bay there, but I don't see any of those, the roads or like that. So where are they? How come all I see is just trees and stuff like that? No marina. There's a big marina over there, by the way. I looked up where this is. Just as he pans to the right, there's a massive marina there. And yet I don't see the lighthouse or the big tower that's in the marina or any of that. But I did see something else. We'll go back a little bit. I'll show you a screenshot from this video. And I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And I'm pretty sure it's kind of debunked his whole claims here. Let's have a look. So just after Angel is panned from the boat, which we'll go back to in a minute here, we noticed this structure here. And I looked into this a bit, And I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And it doesn't work well for him. So I think you've seen here, it was Quarantine Station at this location here. And if you look, it has a big smokestack there. Here's the location here again. Here's the smokestack here, which is for like a facility it's no longer used. And also right beside it, I think it's this hospital building. But you can only see just the very top. So look at the smokestacks. They can be from about 100 meters tall to about 1,000 meters tall. And so if you look again, you can see how that's sticking a bit higher up. And you got the other building, we can only see just the very top floor. Which is, due to the curvature of the earth, you can only see just the very top there. So this actually isn't working for angels at all. I couldn't find the exact height of that, but it said between 100 and 1,000 meters for those kind of smokestacks. So I said about 200, kind of gave it, more towards the lower end. When you look it up, the Earth curve calculator, it actually works out perfectly fine for the globe, and kind of falsifies for angels. Claims that the Earth is flat, because you also see the whole entire building, which you don't. And that building is actually 52 kilometers away. Also note that this isn't on the beach. It's actually back a little bit, so it's a bit higher elevation as well, to obviously account for high and low tide that would come in this area. So looking at that station there, which actually is now more of a historical building, the stuff that you can go there and see, it's not looking good for angels, because if the Earth was truly flat, we should be able to see the whole entire building, including all the other part below it. See, all the other buildings are on that, some smaller buildings that are around on that location, on that site. As well as see that whole, I think that's an old hospital building. You'd see the whole thing, not just the very top of it. So this actually isn't working so well for angels, and it's proving the globe and actually falsifying his flat Earth. But let's continue on, because there's a few things you don't see in this, in his observations, that you should see if the Earth was truly flat.
But I'm seeing well to the shore, and I'm seeing all the land masses all the way across the water. 33 kilometers away.
Really, angels. So you think you see the beach, you see all the landmass all the way down to the water, and you see everything there on the other side of that bay there? Let's have a look and see what's on that coast and what is there. Because I think there's a few things missing. It seems like there's something just on the top there, like some trees or something that you're just seeing just the top part. Let's have a look and see. Alright, we're going to start from the location. Here's that tree that's on the side. It's called Linda the tree. And it's not falling over, it's just the way it's growing, kind of weird. So I kind of found location, which Angel said he started at. Just change it here to meters to make sure. So it's I think this is the one here. There it is. Alright, so we're going to start here. So this gives you an idea of where he says he's looking from, and taking observation from with his super fantastic P900. Okay, so now we're going to look across over at the landmass he says that he can see. You can see all the way down to the beach. But what is on that beach? Because it seems like something doesn't quite seem right. Look, there's all these houses and buildings and streets. I didn't see any of this in that footage. It looked like just some trees and stuff on the top there. How come I couldn't see this? Look at that. Decent sized building right there. Don't see any of that. Any of those houses. You see none of that. None of that whatsoever. No beach. There's a beach there. Let's go a little further up. Oh, look, there's some trees here. A bit further inland. Okay. Right. And let's look a bit more. Because, let's see. Oh, it looks like more inland. It's a bit more, well, it seems a bit more rural, more rugged. Hold on. There's houses and stuff here. Man, that's why we couldn't see the houses. Oh, look at that. Higher elevation. Oh, look, higher elevation. Oh, look, that's what? That's a lot more there. It's higher. Oh, look at that. It's like 100 and some meters. Kind of like what Angel said you should see. This is 40 meters missing, but there isn't, is there? Because, well, it goes higher up, and then you have trees and foliage. And it's a higher altitude. The landmass is higher up. kind of like what you actually see in his footage there. So seems like there was some stuff that was being hidden by the curvature of the earth, like all those buildings and houses and everything. And all you can see is the higher altitude land and the tops of the trees and the foliage and stuff. Well, look at that. Seems to be missing all this over here. There's a whole bay and stuff over here. Marina and everything up that side. Don't see any of that. And yeah, so it seems like all Angels are seeing was just the trees and the higher land. That's higher altitude. Gee, it seems that Angels of Lies was lying again. You couldn't see the beach or the other side, the whole entire land. All you can see is the top part of that land. You know, the stuff that's like 30, 40, 50 meters, 60, 120 meters in altitude. Oh, and then there's trees and stuff on top of that. Gee, seems like Angels of Lies has actually proven the globe once again and falsified the flat earth. Good job, Angels. I love it when you show globe proof and falsify the flat earth and falsify your indoctrinated ideologies. You keep practicing your false religion if that's what you want to do, but stop lying to everybody else.
And I'm about to pull out my camera, my iPhone, just to show the exact location where I'm standing and where I'm facing. Which is here. I had to zoom out, so I just sped it up to zoom out. And there we go, we can see the exact location where I was, where I showed. All the way across the water to where I was facing. And yeah, globe debunked. No missing height at the other side.
That's a complete lie. And I have proven it and shown evidence. And it's still the best part coming up yet. But yeah, no, missing height completely there because you couldn't see any buildings, houses, trees, beach, marina, all that missing. In fact, on the one side there of the island, there's actually a lighthouse and stuff that's up on the cliff. We couldn't see that now, could we? Wonder why? Because there's like a lighthouse and a tower there, and yet they seem to be missing. Why are they missing? Why can't we see them? Something seems to be blocking them, like the curvature of the earth, maybe, or something. But you can't see the very top of that the landmass there, with all the foliage and everything else, which works perfectly fine on this spherical earth that we actually do live on. So I'm sorry, Angels, but you're either wrong or you're lying again. Take your pick. Either way, you're incorrect.
There should have been 46 meters of missing height between me and what I was looking at, and there was none.
Once again, that's a lie. There was stuff missing because we couldn't see all the buildings and structures that are right on that side where you're facing. Couldn't see any of it. And that's because there's stuff, the curvature of the earth was obstructing it. So yeah, we say the missing height. Yeah, it was there. You just couldn't see it, and you're too stupid to actually have realized it. But me in the UK, thousands of miles away, I could see it. It wasn't hard.
So, thanks for playing. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Nope. Earth's still not flat at all. And your footage proved it. So, yeah. Thanks for playing, Angels. Welcome to the globe. And, well, they call you Angels of Lies for a reason, don't they? And once more, watch as he zooms back in, a bit less shaky, so a bit better. And everything I just said, he'll prove now, right now, as all you can see is just the higher elevation of that land. There's a crisp horizon, which actually just proves the flat earth and is evidence for the globe. And all you can see is a little bit of the tops of the trees and stuff off the higher altitude land. So watch as Angels proves the globe. Now, as I promised, if you noticed something earlier in the video that Angels of Lies did, where he showed something real quick and then he kind of skirted away from it, or he realized he was falsifying the flat earth. And that was that large container ship that he was on. Then he's panned to the right, in which then I showed the smokestack and all that. Let's go back to that because, well, that's the best part really, because, well, it completely destroys his whole narrative of this whole video. And I think he kind of realized it, and so he tried to kind of, when he zoomed in, realize, oh crap, he moved away from it fairly quick. But yeah, I caught it, and I think other people caught it too. But let's show it and have a good look again. All right, I'm going to slow it down here a little bit so we can have another look from his video. So you can see that container ship right out there. He notices it, zooms in a little bit, realizes something's wrong, and skirts away from it. And here's a screenshot from his video here, and look at the hull. There seems to be quite a bit missing. These are quite large ships. And now we're going to look and see what that ship actually looks like. Here's the same type of ship, and look at that. There seems to be a whole bunch of the hull there you couldn't see in the video. Like it's being blocked by something. Like it's being blocked by the curvature of the earth over that water. Congratulations. Angels of Lies has disproved the flat earth and shown evidence the curvature of the globe earth. That's right. Angels skirted over, showed evidence of the globe, and then tried to hide it and skirt away and hoped nobody would see it. Yeah, well done, Angels. You showed the proof of the curvature of the earth that pretty much everybody who debunks the flat earth tends to bring up. So Angels likes to always bring up this observation of this little tiny motorboat that's kind of not over the horizon, but it's just really small, and then zoom in and say like that you can't see it, right? But when he tried to zoom in the bottom of that large container ship, he realized he couldn't do it, and gave everybody in the flat earth debunking community exactly what we've been asking for of him to do for a long time, and that is to see a large ship and then try to zoom it back in, and he realized he couldn't do that. So yeah, that's probably the best part of this. Earlier on, the whole thing, everything that the Angel stated in his video, completely debunked because he falsified his whole entire narrative as soon as he zoomed in on that large container ship. Good job. Welcome to the globe. Thanks for playing, Angels. You failed to show your flat earth, and your indoctrination is showing its cracks. Yeah, well done. I love it when flat earthers debunk their whole entire premise and show that their delusional ideology is nothing but a massive fantasy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me for more videos. Watch my live streams coming up. I have one coming up here this weekend here where I'm going to be doing a streamathon with a bunch of other people to raise some money for Critical Think. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget, Earth is there for the globe. Space is real, but don't forget, stay curious, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.
Stuff like that's why people quit flat earth, dude. You know? That's why people quit, dude.